What's up, what's good, what's up? Thank you guys for coming by on this video. And if you want to see other Reddit stories like the one you're about to hear, catch us on Reddit Wednesdays on my Twitch channel. Do it every week. And also subscribe here for any other videos I may post like this. And if you have a story you want to see read by me and whatever guest I may have on, submit it to the Geek Elite Reddit thread. And we'll probably read it. We love to see stories written by y'all. But for now, just enjoy the story. Thank y'all. Am I the asshole for showing up at my ex's wedding in a pretty dress? Damn. My ex and I had a peaceful divorce. We co-parent our 3 children together, and there haven't really been many issues. My ex is getting married to Stephanie. I like Stephanie. She has been great with my kids and makes my ex happy. My ex invited me to their wedding, and I was happy for him. It was my day with the kids, so it made sense for me to come. Was his reasoning. When I arrived at the wedding, Stephanie thanked me for dropping the kids off and brushed me off. We had never had any issues before. I explained that I was going to stay for the reception, and she was very upset. I was confused because I assumed she knew I would be in attendance. It turned out she didn't consider that I would actually accept the invitation. I told her that I was invited, and since I took the 2-hour drive, I would be staying for the entire duration. She didn't like this response. Stephanie asked me to leave, and I stood my ground. She went on to complain about my dress upstaging hers. My ex and former mother-in-law helped her to calm down, and the wedding shortly began. I thought that was the end of it, but later in private, Stephanie accused me of trying to ruin her special day. She is convinced that I wanted to show off and make the wedding about my divorce. She said it was rude for me not to leave after the bride requested it, and because it was her special day, I told her that I am not responsible for her insecurities and once again reminded her that I have no interest in stealing my ex back.
That is... Why... He shouldn't have invited his ex to the wedding in the first place.
Okay. Thank you. I have heard this story before, and the thing is that people are on the side of this person writing it, that she was invited, so she shouldn't have to leave. Okay, yes, she was invited. That's not the problem. Why did the ex invite you? You ain't that damn close to your ex. They're your ex. Literally. And that's just weird.
It don't matter if the divorce was peaceful or... That doesn't matter, bro. Like, why would you... That's weird as fuck.
I will give her leeway from this story. I will give her leeway. She was invited. So it's not her fault for her being there and taking the 2-hour drive expecting to be there.
But she didn't think like, oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Also, in this first story, it was the wife knew that they invited. And what she says in this story, from what we know, is that she just didn't expect her to accept it. Don't invite someone and not expect them to accept it. That's a dumb thing to do. Don't ever, if you don't like somebody...
What was the point of doing it anyway if you thought she wasn't going to accept it?
Right.
Oh, I don't think she's going to accept it, but I'm going to send it anyway. No. If I don't think you're going to show up, I'm not going to ask you to show up. That doesn't make sense.
But that's not the part she's asking if she's an asshole about, though. She's asking if she's the asshole for showing up to the ex's wedding in a pretty dress. Now, I know you're thinking, because dudes don't really know dresses that often, you know. Well, straight dudes. Let me not disrespect our queens out there. I didn't mean to do. But let's just say the bride felt that, before I show you what I'm going to show you, let's just say the bride felt that the dress was prettier than hers. It could have been, it couldn't have been. But do you think the bride's feelings are valid to kick her out for that reason?
No.
No?
Because, like, if she has that mindset, then in her head, to me, she's basically thinking like, oh, damn, this bitch was trying to look better to get her nigga back. You know what I'm saying?
You know, my thing is, there's a reception after. If you're not the bride or the groom, don't dress up that much. If you're not the bride or groom or groomsmen or bridesmaids, don't dress up that much, because you know what you're about to go to. It's just like a waste of really
And
out
then,
there dressed.
And then, like, another thing is, like, the wedding is for you and your husband. Why are you so focused on what someone else is wearing?
True.
The whole event was planned
I can tell
for
you why, though. I can tell you why she's so focused. So, after a lot of comments, let me read some of the comments. You're the asshole. So, they say the ex is the asshole. I love when these posts are skewed to be, but I didn't do anything wrong. And then you see the dress. It's a literal red wedding dress. So the ex... So, reading that comment, I have something to show you. Because then, you know, I was thinking like, there's a picture of the dress. After so many people took to freaking... After so many people, like, scourged her to see what the dress was, she finally posted what the dress was. Mm-hmm. And... Q Yeller. It's a literal red wedding dress.
That is a nice ass dress.
Read the caption. This is what she read when she bought it, and she still bought it. Woman's sweetheart full lace beach wedding dress. She knew it was a wedding dress. It literally is captioned wedding dress, and she wore it to someone else's wedding. It comes in different colors too. If I find it. But no, it comes in like the regular white too. See?
Damn. We might have to put you in that.
But does knowing what the dress look like affect what you thinking at all? This is what a lot of people started calling her asshole for.
I mean, like...
Why would you wear a wedding dress to wait? That's all I'm saying.
That is weird.
That's weird.
But
I don't know if it fully made her an asshole for me.
But the fact that she was invited to the wedding is still more weird in the first place. If she was never invited, none of that conflict would have happened. Why are you inviting your ex to a wedding? That's like me getting married and inviting one of my exes. I'd never in my life do that. Never.
Some people are like that though. They're like, I'm cool with my ex. We're friends. We're cool.
Yeah, but how does your partner really feel about that? Despite of what they telling you, they might see that you cool with it, so say, oh yeah, you know, it's whatever. When deep down they mad about it or they're not, you know, cool with it.
So some of the other comments, LMAO, that's hilarious. This needs to be higher up. I didn't think OP was the asshole, but now OP, you're the asshole.
Bro.
So this is all after the dress. What makes it even worse to me is that in the past few years, a lot of people have assigned a meaning to wearing a red dress to a wedding. That you have had sex with the groom. While it's obvious OP has, it still is a bad choice, to say the least. So in some traditions, some cultures, if you wear red, that's symbolizing that you slept with one of the people. And she has. Because she has
that is crazy. That is actually crazy.
But you know why I actually had you on this dress? Because we have an update.
Uh-oh.
From the bride's perspective.
Oh, shit.
So you were talking about why invite the ex and stuff? Mm-hmm. Why even invite her? Well, DJ, let's find out. Be putting on a white-ass voice. Let's find out, DJ.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, posted on NoYam9520, and I had to find this. This wasn't like... This is the bride posting on her own account. Mm-hmm. So not many people actually knew that it existed. And I eventually found someone who found this POV. Okay. So my wedding was ruined by a jealous ex, and she decided to brag about this on Reddit.
Damn. Brag about it is a crazy word to use, but okay.
My husband and I have been married for 2 weeks, and I'm already having regrets. My husband's ex has really been making things difficult for us. She makes sure that my stepchildren call me by my first name rather than any term of endearment. Our wedding happened to fall on one of her days with the kids. My husband invited her for reasons I am still unsure of. I was aware of her receiving an invitation, but my husband never informed me that she had accepted. She came with kids an hour later, and I assumed she was dropping them off, but she had intentions to stay. She was dressed more elegantly than me, and that felt off. So I asked her to leave. She disrespectfully told me no, that she would be staying. My husband and mother-in-law told me that she was like family and would not be leaving. I was disgusted by this because it's obvious what this woman was doing. She posted a story on here, but in the way that made me out to be a toxic villain in the story. The story appeared on the popular page of Reddit and was also on a friend's TikTok For You page. It wasn't hard to identify myself because I recognized the dress, and she also used my real name in the story. I don't understand why she is doing this because we have been civil with each other until now. And I'm very offended by the way she disregarded me in her defensive comments and by the fact that my husband took her side. So,
see,
that's Bride's side. So, can I say something before you say something real quick?
Yeah.
Let me say something. This ex ain't your problem. Your husband's ex ain't the problem. Your husband is the problem.
Literally.
Your man is the problem. He still has some reserved feelings for his ex. It's not just, we connected because she had my children. That's respectable.
Yeah.
There's a time and place to be civil and shit. Maybe even friends with like your exes and shit. The wedding ain't that place. The wedding's not that place for your partner. So like, for him to invite her in the first place, without it sounding like I'm making assumptions, sometimes you don't know the full story, but from how she said it, sounds like she didn't even understand or know that he was going to invite her, and also he sort of disregarded her feelings about it.
Exactly. It's like, bro, like, I can't get mad at the ex. It's like, I mean, okay.
She was bitchy about it.
She should have had that mature mindset to say, hey, maybe I shouldn't go because I might cause some problems because, I'm the ex. Like I don't know. But, because honestly.
You know what I don't like about the ex? What? Here's where, like, she was an asshole. She used her kids as an excuse to stay. She was like, it's my time with the kids, so I'm going to stay at the wedding. No, don't do that.
Yeah, you could have just let her say, no, I'm not going. I want to stay. But it's like, but then again, it's like, why did she want to stay? You know what I'm saying?
The ex is like family, according to mother and husband.
But no, bro. Why would you want to stay and watch your ex getting married? I mean, if you're truly happy for them, then I guess, yeah. But
that's a real mature mindset, but still, if the bride asks you to leave, get the fuck out of the way.
Literally, the wedding is about her.
I'm not gonna be nowhere I'm not wanted.
Leave, like,
I'm not gonna be nowhere I'm not wanted.
For real.
But this story,
especially if I'm not the one getting married. Like, I'm not getting married anyway. Fuck this place.
It's skewed at the wrong person, because OP is not the asshole altogether. OP was allowed to do this because the asshole is the husband, and it sounds like the mother-in-law too. And I hate mother-in-laws on Reddit. I hate mother-in-laws on Reddit because they are the most bitchiest people.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still just mad at the husband, nigga. Cause my bad. But
you're good.
And if he hadn't have invited her in the first place, none of it would have happened. He was like, I'm gonna invite my ex to my wedding.
But they're like family, DJ. The reasoning, like the husband was like, my ex invited me to their wedding, and I was happy for him. Oh, this is from the previous story. I was reading the reasoning. It was my day with the kids, so it made sense for me to come, was his reasoning. So he's making excuses still. Girl, 2 weeks, it's short enough to get annulled. Annul the marriage. Make a clean break and go. And also, can I say one thing, though? Something she didn't have include, like, there's so many Reddit stories where they include stuff that I'm like, you didn't need to include that. The fact that the kids don't call you any term of endearment, they don't need to call you that right now. Yeah. Don't try to force that. I didn't even call my stepdad who raised me dad until like I was in like 3rd grade. You don't force that on your stepkids. Yeah. If you're a good step parent, they're gonna call you something. All right.
My stepmom, I still don't call her mom or stepmom. I call her by her real name. And I have, and she's been married to my dad for like over 10 years now, I think.
Me personally, I wouldn't get married. Damn.
There you go, bro.
Fuck marriage. I
call my stepdad name. That's a great name.
Yeah, and even if they don't call you, even if they don't like call you mom or nothing, them calling you by your name doesn't mean that they don't care about you. Cause I call Courtney by her name. That don't mean I don't love Courtney. Yeah, Courtney's my stepmom, by the way.
I feel that me personally, I wouldn't get married though, cause marriage.
I don't want to say that. You just gotta find. I think a lot of people get married too quickly.
Yeah,
I don't think a year is long enough is a long enough relationship to get married?
No, I would say for me, probably 4.
Honestly, what I say,
3.5 or 4 years.
I heard this before, and I believe this till this day. I want to date someone, and when I marry them, it's when I've seen them in all seasons. I say you need to see your partner in all seasons. And I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm talking about when they're mad, when they're sad, when they go through a tragic event. You need to see that before you get married, because when you're married, you are tied. Not just spiritually and all that shit, which I believe marriage is for, like spiritually bonded, but also legally. Legally, in every country, there's some shit attached to marriage. So, that's why I think people get married too quickly after a year.
Yeah, a year is nothing.
And also before they're mature enough. I don't think people...
I think the husband should be this funny.
We're gonna move on.